Hello traders and welcome to another episode of Fun Trade Technicals. As you all know, this is basically a market outlook session. We're just looking to see what opportunities can get in the market, and you guys get to see my strategy, how I get my entries and exits. Yeah. So before we start properly, for those that are watching this video on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the page, and you can always drop comments on what you want to be seeing more. Yeah, and you can always share. So now, fundamental wise, we have a news by 3:30 on the USD. That's Prelin UOM. I don't know what that is, but that's the only high impact news we have today. Today being Friday, and then we had a lot of moves during the week. Today might just be there. So let's jump on our charts and see what we can get. So surprisingly, at night yesterday, AUDUSD and NZUSD moved. I honestly don't know where the volatility came from, because I was not actually expecting it. So we had this whole resistance level here. The price was bouncing off. Then boom, it broke above it. Yeah. So now what I'm actually looking at on AUD, this AUDUSD now is, if you plot our fee from the higher low, which is here, to the higher high, which is up here, you see that the 0.618 is just around this area here that was broken. So I'm setting buy limits around here. What I'm just looking for is a 1 to 2 RR, because on my prop account right now, I'm risking 4%. So I'm just looking for that one trade that will give me, I already have 2% on the account. So that trade that will give me 2%, 8%. So I'm looking for a 2 RR trade. So my TP will be around here like this. But then normal, so our TP is supposed to be up here. Do you understand? So this is what I'm looking at on AUD, as simple as that. Waiting for price to retrace, tap inside, boom. Let's take it to the moon. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at for on this pair. Then let's go to baby boy NZUSD. This one is sharp complicated. Complicated in the sense that we actually had this range here. Yeah, price range there throughout yesterday, and then it just exploded to the upside. Boom. I was expecting that we get a small distance there retest, but then we just exploded to the upside. So what I'm going to wait for on NZUSD, I'm not expecting it to retrace this deep, because if you look at it, if you drop your Fibonacci from the low to the high, this is actually like the low down there is very, very extreme. It's around the 0.79. That's where the zone is. So I'm not really expecting price to get back down here. You understand? So I'm not looking for a trade on this one really, because normally I like entering at the 0.618, and I like the 0.618 being below the zone. So now what I'm looking for on this pair here, I would like to see it come to create the higher low, then the higher high. So once it creates the higher high, that's when I'll start looking for buys on the next retracement. But for now, I'm not looking for buys. I'm going to wait and then wait for it to create more structure. The only setup I have is on AUDUSD. I've already set reminders at that point there, so that once price starts getting there, I will know. It was quite unfortunate that the buys we were looking out for on AUDUSD yesterday happened, but broke cannot kick me inside. So, but it is what it is. So is there any other pair you guys want us to take a look at before we go? Because that's the only setup I'm looking out for now right now. Any other pair you guys?
Can you look at Euro USD?
Okay, cool. Ah, shit. UUSD and shitty price action. Honestly, I still don't know how guys trade this thing. Or is it because I've not been trading it, so the price action always looks shitty in my eye? Let's go to the 4H. The 4H is definitely bearish. The 4H is range, you know. So we have the low of the range here. And then we have, let's say this is the high of the range. Something here like this. Yeah, good. So let's go to the lower time frame. But when in the range, so mostly I'll just lock up and then not say anything. But then this was the last impulsive move price made. So let's drop our fee from the high to the low. Price is just approaching the 0.618, which is around here. But honestly, yeah, in this case, what I'll just say is that since price has approached the 0.618, yeah, I'll look for a shift in market structure on this time frame before I can say I'm looking for sales. It's not good to start jumping on those sales because price has been pushing up for a while right now. So it's just better I look for that shift in market structure than look for the sell. So for now, just let it be. Look for the shift in market structure first.
All right. Okay, I understand. How about CAD JPY?
CAD JPY.
Yes.
CAD JPY.
This is interesting.
That's what they call it.
CAD JPY. See, what's the Forex looking? This one wants to look like a range. So have this low that price has been struggling to break, and then we have the highs up there. So dropping to the lower time frame. Sorry. Dropping to the lower time frame. I hate structures that are not clean. Oh God. Oh God. So let's follow it, yeah. Price created this low here. We pushed up, we created this high, we pushed down, failed to create a low, created another high. It was more or less like we rinsed here. And then we have just exited it to the top. But then honestly, price has not clearly exited this range. Yeah, we might just as well come back inside. So for now, just say let this pair. Honestly, just let it be. Let it create more price action. Because for now, as I'm analyzing it, it feels like I'm forcing it. You see the way I analyzed AUDUSD and then there was no restraint. Like I was not guessing anything. That's it. So anytime I start feeling like that about a pair, it's more or less like I'm forcing a trade. So even this one, I like just leave it alone for now. Come back on it later. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, I think.
No, that's all.
Okay, so I think there's no other thing to talk about. So in the absence of any other pair, I'd like to call it a day. Please, guys, how will I put it? Please, like I used to always say, don't trade what you feel, trade what you see. So if you are not seeing any setup, don't trade in the market. Do you understand? Don't trade in the market. Anything can happen. So I would like to wish you guys a very beautiful trading day and then a very wonderful weekend ahead. I'll catch you guys on Tuesday, same time. Bye, guys.